Okay, going live. Good stuff.
Clicking the button, fingers crossed. Hopefully,
Pushing the big red
hopefully,
button.
hopefully, put on enough duct tape. Hopefully, put on enough prayers and glued down the tin can.
Glue down the tin can, tied a string
Yeah,
to it. Uh,
yeah,
got a
yeah.
tin
We'll
can
see.
somewhere on the other
We'll
side. Hopefully
see.
it's
Oh,
big
okay.
enough.
No, the stream health is up to good now. We went from bad to
Up to
good.
good.
That's
It's up to
awesome.
good now.
We skipped okay in the YouTube streamer, and we're back up to good. All right, and we're live. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to VKH Live. I'm your host, Jeff Dewitt. Joining me
And
is
I
Winona
am
Peace,
here. I am
and
here.
She is here. So we've been progressively adding more and more stress to this stream as we test out just how tin can we can get it before the tin can like melts. This is good practice for the con. Which, by the way, if you missed our first two streams, VKH Press is the website that puts on these streams, and we are going to be at Anime Weekend Atlanta. So welcome to our third pregame stream for AWA, covering all the big name J-Rock artists that are going to be there. Coming fresh off of doing a stream for Rookies as Punks and Spire. And now we are doing probably the one that's most anticipated by people that, run in our circles, which is MIYAVI.
Hey, ya boy.
Hey, ya boy. Oh, man. So, I guess we could start with the events list and then go into like the 8 billion things he's been up to this year.
It's been so many things. Like, it's surprising because we don't get any press releases about it. Because he's just like, he put himself on this tier, all year. And he's like, just done so many things. Let's go through it chronological order, Jeff.
Yeah, well, we have our industry friends that keep their ear to the ground. We really had to stay in contact with them for a lot of these. So the MIYAVI concert is on Friday at 8:15.
Yeah. 21st.
The 21st, and then there's a VIP autographs and photo session event at 9:45. So the VIP experience is coming to AWA, handled through Fake Star, right?
Yeah,
so it's gonna be great.
Handled through us, through us, Fake Star. This is weird.
Yeah. So Winona and I are both gonna be there, and Winona is repping
Fake
both
starring.
VKH and Fake Star.
I'm fake starring and VKHing my way through the con.
Yeah,
Jeff is VKHing his way through the con and streaming his way through the con.
Yeah, so if you see us, feel free to come up and say hi.
Get us candy.
I'm gonna try and walk around the convention and stream one time, but
IRL
we'll see how
stream.
that goes.
He's gonna try to IRL stream.
Yeah, I need to secure permission and all that, but I'm gonna do a few things. Like, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully have some special guests on the stream.
Yeah, we keep saying that. I hope everyone's catching on to that hint.
No, well, I hope they don't catch on too hard because everything is up in the air.
No, not catch on to who, but just catch on to that. Just that. Just hear that and remember that.
It's just they tune in and it's just me like with random cosplayers that I find.
They tune in. It's like you with somebody who's cosplaying MIYAVI, not like actually MIYAVI.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Or special guest.
Welcome,
number one
special guest
MIYAVI
cosplayer. 9 a.m. on Sunday is a VIP photo session. 10:30 a.m. is a MIYAVI. He's got a panel.
MIYAVI leaves early in the weekend.
Oh, there's this panel and this photo session on Sunday though.
That's so weird. Okay, let me. He's supposed to leave early in the weekend.
Don't. Well, we'll go back and double check. I've been saying this because we had originally reported that Spire and Rookies were performing on separate dates, and that is now no longer the case. They are performing together like they are for the rest of their tour. So things change at these on these con schedules. So download the AWA app, stay up to date with it, and hopefully they keep the app up to date.
It's for Saturday, Jeff. Photo session. And
what did I say? Sunday?
Yeah, you said Sunday. That's why I was like, he's leaving early. What?
Wait a minute. Hold on. My bad. Okay, yeah, sorry. It's ignore everything I just said. Whoopsie
Jeff
daisy.
misspoke.
I misspoke. I disavow my previous statements. I will be spending time with friends and family and going to therapy in order to better correct my behavior. Yes, it is Saturday at 9 a.m. And
Proud.
And then at 10:30 a.m.
And I'll be there doing the social media thing and panicking and
yeah, that right there is why this, even though we're VKH Press, the VKH Live, I don't have the disclaimer up, but if you watch any other stream, you'll see it. It is for entertainment purposes only, because we're shooting from the hip.
Purpose.
We're shooting from the hip here. So hope this stream finds you, being successful in your packing, for AWA.
We're both tired. Yeah, well, Jeff is in Texas. We'll be in Georgia.
Yeah, yeah, I got the wrong one. Delta says, for the record, I am bringing one of my Maya cosplays. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's how you'll recognize Delta through the weekend.
That's excellent.
Yeah. I met Delta from being a Maya cosplayer, actually. Really funny story for another time.
All right, so by the way, the slideshow, a lot of the images you see, I think all the images you're going to see of him live, those are coming from, those are photos that were taken by VKH, right?
Yeah, I took those photos at Irving Plaza.
It is Irving Plaza performance
Once upon a time, I had a working camera and took wondrous photos.
So you can enjoy that hot VKH exclusive there. All these hot take photos and stuff. I tried to pick the good ones. Juicy VKH exclusives. I tried to pick the ones that would fit in the slider the best. So you had a bunch that looked like you looked like it was one on a phone and two it was in portrait mode. I was like, oh curses! I can't fit this in here.
I had a bunch that were good that were like in a portrait setting, portrait canvas. I forgot what it's called. I'm so tired.
I could have put it where the chat is on the stream and just nuke the chat since we have Discord up, but I can't.
There's one photo where he's
I can't do that to them.
You can't? Well,
no.
Yeah.
Some people can't connect to Discord and YouTube at the same time.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I think that's a good thing to try and cater to, since we're going to be streaming from AWA and people might be viewing it from AWA. So we're going to be all on Tin Can internet streams. So, anyways, should we start at the very beginning of the year in terms of what he's been up to? Because my goodness gracious, it's been a lot.
Well, first I'd like to say as the slideshow rolls by, because I've been looking at a ton of photos from him at Irving Plaza for the past week or so. He just does the same thing at this venue over and over. Okay. Yeah.
He has a script and a set list that's just in a folder somewhere called Irving Plaza.
No, I don't mean about a set list. I mean his dynamic and how he uses that space, how he uses that stage.
He loves that place.
There's this weird ledge off to the right of the stage, and he loves climbing up on it and just jamming out up there. And then he always jumps into the crowd at the end, not from the ledge, but from the stage. And then last year, Jeff didn't put this photo in the slideshow, but not last year. Last time I photographed him, he went into the crowd and they held him up and he put his hand in the sky. It was a super dope moment for a photo. It was a Kodak moment. That was the definition of a Kodak moment. But yeah.
Yeah. Delta says in the YouTube chat, catch Winona panicking at the disco.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not just you. See, Lauren said I can only do one Discord or YouTube. So.
Let's see. Yeah. So the breakdown of what he's been doing this year, right? Shit. Yeah, I wrote his press releases. I should know, huh?
Do we want to start with like the single releases, or was there anything pre-March that we wanted to get into?
I feel like there's stuff pre-March, but I don't remember when he walked Paris Fashion Week. So let me pull up the press releases I wrote and shit, so that I can go through that. While I do that, you should talk to the chat and entertain them. And
well, I'll just like say in terms of the music he's put out, it's been very impressive. The development that I'm seeing. We'll get into it specifically, but speaking generally, it's pretty impressive. He's made some strides in his ongoing quest to fuse his slapping and picking and distorting of the guitar with dance music of all kinds, pop music of all kinds. It's become more and more authentic and flowing better. You can just really tell he's been rolling with as much of like the DJ dance crowd as he can, while still staying pretty based about his guitar playing and being a rock artist at the end of the day, or at least a guitarist at the end of the day. So it's been pretty fun to watch. He's getting better and better about making them mix together like nice and cleanly. It's been very, very fun.
Yeah, and it's because of the amount of practice he's been putting into it, with all of his covers that he does, like the day after a major single comes out from some other artist.
By the way, if you should subscribe to him on YouTube and/or follow him on Twitter, probably Instagram for good measure, because he does put out like these fun videos where he'll do like freestyle guitar playing, to major hits. I was gonna say major top 40 hits, but it's kind of that, but it's usually more in the hip hop vein, to varying degrees, or the dance vein. He did one for This Is America, I think. Did
a MIYAVI talk a long time ago. I don't remember when was our MIYAVI talk, because we talked a lot about it.
It was forever ago. But let's just start with the singles. I think if we go any further back, it's like.
Well, no, as far back as I have here is all the big stuff he did, right? Like his collaboration with 88 Rising.
We were going to get into that.
And Post Malone. That's not really singles, but that's stuff that was on YouTube.
Oh, that was before it, I guess, technically, right?
Yeah,
February?
It was before the singles. Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's start with that, because that's a big deal. And if anyone missed those earlier streams, we were just starting out. So MIYAVI got to collaborate with a hip-hop record label called 88 Rising. Now, 88 Rising is a big deal because...
Asian hip-hop record label, more so. Like, it started out as that.
They're basically like an Asian hip-hop record label targeting, the U.S., but more specifically targeting, like, the English-speaking internet. And they have, like, a team of artists and people, working there that are kind of like top tier about getting stuff to go viral. For example, one of their artists is Rich Brian, who is the guy that he made the That Stick rap video where he looks like this preppy, skinny Filipino high schooler, and with like a pink collared shirt, but he's walking around and he has like just this like shockingly deep rap voice, and like his beats are like super addictive and stuff, so he went viral. His whole career's just been viral. They also have an artist on there named Joji, who's like a kind of like a indie electronic artist. But but Joji is actually, that is just the current name of the project. The guy himself is Filthy Frank. If you're familiar with Filthy Frank on YouTube and all the shenanigans he's put over the years. He made Pink Guy. He's most famous for creating the Harlem Shake meme trend. And he has been able to successfully recreate viral trends and memes and stuff that generates a lot of hype, and he's one of the few people that's able to do that. Most people go viral by accident. He's able to do it on purpose, and so they've all kind of been working together. The guy running 88 Rising, I saw an interview with him. He's very young and hip, and it's very I guess you would say like a very startup, very on the ground operation, and they have just built up this massive following behind like the mainstream hip hop industry's back, because they've done it all through internet virality. And so you'll have like these older, like old school record label reps. They'll happen to stop by a concert venue that they frequent, and just to their shock, it's this artist they've never heard of, and all of these young kids that are there, and it's like, wait, who is this? How do I not know about this? And it's like, surprise, everybody's on the internet now, and that's how you market stuff. So working with them, or at least establishing a relationship with them, is about the most valuable thing I think you could do, especially as an Asian artist. So anyway, through them, MIYAVI put out a couple of covers. He covered Rockstar by Post Malone, which was I think the longest running #1 song from last year.
Yeah, I think that went viral first, and everyone was like, this rock god. No, he was like, it was like MIYAVI, the guitar god, totally flips Post Malone's Rockstar, and yeah. And then he covered Havana, which was another big song by Camila Cabello. Yeah. And they were both very good. They're very good. They're very, smart. It's all acoustic. He's got some acoustic slapping, looping in both of them, and then switching between that and also layering on top of that, just like his own, like all kinds of like cool instrumentation. And then he picked some cool backing vocalists to like add some backing vocals and stuff, or front vocals or like fronting vocals in the case of Havana. Definitely made a splash. Definitely impressed like a lot of people. Like people were legitimately impressed in the comments. They weren't really. There was no cringe involved, so it was a very smooth like entrance into like more of a mainstream internet audience. So that was a really slick move. Not gonna lie. So I hope to see more of that. Actually, while we're still talking about it, he did come back and do another collaboration with them called 88 and Heartbreaks, where basically he just sat down on a couch, and a few other of their more indie rappers sat down on another couch nearby, and he freestyle slapped and shredded on his guitar, his acoustic guitar. It was cool to watch him do it, but hold on. Let me finish setting it up before you cast the judgment of God on it. So, and then the rapper would ostensibly quote unquote freestyle over him doing the guitar. The problem is the caliber of rapper, I would say, was fairly lacking. Very low. 88 Rising's audience didn't seem to have a problem with it, so they were just like, this is great from everything I saw on social media. But MIYAVI was like ready to go, and like
MIYAVI's like ready to like dial it up to 1,000,
and he had to like you could see him like tone it down as he's playing. Like he like tried to make sure it wasn't more complicated than what he made it, because like
he's just like, how about that? And then it's like, no, like it's like, okay, what about boop? Can you do that?
Like the first one was like mad fast, and the dude is like,
how about just like a strum, like an occasional strum? Like what if I just like hit my guitar like every 5 seconds? Can you do that?
The storytelling was just like so weird in the rap, in the freestyle rap. The one guy wasn't even rapping; he was just like, oh wow, this is mad deep, yo. I'm gonna just open up. I'm just gonna start telling you a story.
and he just told a story, but it was such a basic bitch story at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like a girl broke his heart or something, and like it felt like they were trap rappers that were moving out of trap rap or something. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it's like the lack of lyricism or timing and everything kind of makes me think that's it. Otherwise, it's just they're some weird indie thing where they just aren't good at rapping and they just say shit over a beat. I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe it's both.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's Maybelline. But so I was telling Winona off air, I have found, it was under my nose the entire time, I have found a worthy opponent for MIYAVI when it comes to his verses, for his samurai sessions, his MIYAVI versus this. And particularly when it comes to MIYAVI versus rappers. And I think, you know, the more I've listened to this guy, and the more I've gotten into it, the more I'm convinced that this is the guy that we need to see MIYAVI go up against, because only MIYAVI can keep up with this guy's rapping, in my opinion, as a guitarist, and only this guy's a rapper can really keep up with at the proper style of pace as MIYAVI. So that guy, that rapper, is Joyner Lucas. My guy, my dude,
your dude,
an amazing
your boy.
indie rapper that is basically made it at this point. But you can look up his stuff. He basically got big through the internet himself, you know, quite a bit. He's had
his most popular one was the "I'm Not a Racist" video. That
actually that was. Yeah, well, that was like a viral spike, but his most popular videos have actually been his remixes of really popular trap songs, where he's just taken the original rapper's beat and just murdered it with like speed rapping, smart, interesting lyrics, switching up flows. So like he destroyed Lil Pump's Gucci Gang, for example. That was one that he really caught up on. He did a cover of a remix of Mask Off by Future called Mask On, where he's just like rapping like the original is just Future saying Percocet, Molly Percocet over and over, and his is I don't take no fucking Percocets like over and over for the chorus.
Yeah.
Except then he breaks into real rapping and stuff. And he did Look Alive by Drake. And just he owns these tracks afterwards. That's what everyone says in the comments. He's like, this isn't Lil Pump's song anymore. This isn't 21 Savage's song. He did Bank Account by 21 Savage, and that just he owns that beat now. Like as far as everyone's concerned. So and he's gotten to the point where, you know, he's done a few tracks with Chris Brown that went really well. And now he just did a track with Eminem on Eminem's latest album Kamikaze, and
he was in the first 2 minutes of that track.
And awesome. and it was on his terms too. It's called Lucky You. It's been on trending for a while, and it was a song done in his style, and it really, I think they did a lot to push each other to where Joyner Lucas is doing the very best of Joyner Lucas in his verses, and then Eminem is just showing off his versatility as a rapper, and being able to match him.
And vocabulary.
Yeah, he rhymed acetaminophen. My God. But Joyner Lucas was just nailed the passion. Like he fed off of the passion that Eminem has. So he is really on the up and up. His rapping is to the point where it is like a skill that he's like honed and controlled, and he can start and stop at whim in terms of like picking up the speed, switching up styles. It's very similar to how MIYAVI can start and stop in terms of like if he wants to shred, you know, with picking, or if he wants to, you know, go into like a crazy like, you know, slapping. Riff. Yeah. And so I that's just my vote. That's what I'm putting that out there, is I want to see MIYAVI versus Joyner Lucas. You know, I'll probably tweet about it after this.
I want to see MIYAVI versus Tech 9.
Tech 9 was a close second for me, and Tech 9 does more versus stuff. And he's an indie rapper, but he's like the god of the indie rap scene.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So that's also equally as likely. I just found that Joyner Lucas is like
Relevant enough,
per-
young enough.
yeah, and also apparently the chopper style from Tech Nine came from the style that Joyner Lucas, the school of rap that Joyner Lucas comes from, and it it's a little more well rounded, so it might go a little bit better with guitar. It's not even guitar, like Miyavi's slap guitar. Like Miyavi's slap guitar is a very specific start and stop kind of thing, whereas like for chopper rappers, it's like once you get going, it's like it's just a constant flow of that. It's a little bit harder, I feel like, for Tech Nine to change up so quickly, or it doesn't sound as like, I don't know. Tech Nine can go faster, I think, but either one would be interesting for sure. But I think Joyner Lucas is the closest one that's like, going across multiple genres and styles and sounds and keeping his own style in there regardless, particularly across like dance music and trap music in particular. It would be cool to see Miyavi do all that stuff. So that was like the 88 Rising stuff. Do we want to get into like his singles campaign that he did?
Well, first I want to get into his walk on the Paris Fashion Week runway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll have to fill us in. You'll have to fill us in for that. I think I missed a lot of that.
Yeah, I think a few people missed it because it was for Yohji Yamamoto. Yeah, for Yohji Yamamoto, and I mean Yohji Yamamoto is a big deal designer, like top tier, and just Miyavi being on the runway is it's a good publicity stunt for him. Good thing to mention in like press releases and stuff.
Now, who is Miyoji? Say it again. Yohji
Yamamoto. Yeah.
Yohji
he's the designer.
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Designer.
He's like a big deal designer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And for Miyavi to walk, like, it's just Miyavi being a more prolific artist, modeling, on top of the acting and playing guitar and producing his music. But that's not too big of a deal. There's not too much more to talk about than that.
I mean, it's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not. It's like proof that he does more things, opens him up to more stuff, and that kind of just makes people want to pay more attention to how he dresses, and it kind of affected how his brand is right now, because he's, he came back to makeup kind of, and he's got a more flamboyant look than he had before, and the photos he puts up on Instagram from his photo shoots in Japan and in LA and stuff, they're more artistic, especially the ones from Japan. Those are just so much more artistic than they have been before, for like Nike Y3 and things like that.
Yeah, man, he's just living his best life, especially career-wise. It's all this like just contributes to his career of some sort in some way, and he just seems to be having fun with it. So, Delta in the chat says this is only vaguely relevant to the conversation. Well, I mean, we were getting into the rap weeds a little bit, but that's what I like about Miyavi, is we can go into that stuff. But anyway, she says this is only vaguely relevant to the conversation, but last weekend I found out Machine Gun Kelly can play guitar. I knew and still know nothing about him, but that seems rare for a rapper, LMFAO. Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly is an interesting character. His fans call him the Kurt Cobain of rap, as far as I understand. He does
That's
take
accurate, man, if you can play guitar.
He takes a punk approach to rap, but then he raps like kind of like it's not well styled. It's very like, like his big viral hit was Wild Boy with Waka Flocka, that everyone memes that part where Waka Flocka's like, here come that bullshit, like for like 10 seconds. It's like that was all over Twitter for a while. But yeah, he's interesting. He's an interesting character. He put out a diss track against Eminem called Rap Devil. Blew up. And then Eminem released a diss track in response. And Machine Gun Kelly might be the first rapper to survive a diss track response from Eminem. So, interesting. interesting stuff. But back on topic for MIYAVI. Okay, let's get into the singles that he put out.
Yeah.
So he did
single campaign while he was on tour.
Yeah, like yeah, it's
in the middle of a world tour.
Yeah, he's crazy. Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty expected if you follow him.
He liked what he had when Unbroken came out and wanted more, and he was working really hard to get it back, you know?
I mean, if you've been following him pretty much since 2010, you know he's been, like, making his new music during his live shows, pretty much. He'll play definitely. New songs, and then they come out in the final form, like, 3 years later.
No, but then he, like, started DJing live, right? And that just kind of gave him free range to just, like, figure out new stuff on stage in, like, 2011.
Well, he was doing Futuristic Love. That's the only DJing part, when he just loops a bunch of stuff and a bunch of guitar sounds.
And then he just walks off stage with the really, really high note playing continuously. I remember that.
Yeah, but like a lot, like the song like Secret that was on his 2013 album, like that started out as like a song called Music Free, and it was, it sounded quite different. Ahead of the Light started out as it started out as just Ahead or A-Head. It had no wub wubs, no dubstep or electronic music in it whatsoever. It was just that general melody that's on repeat in that song. It was just on his like What's My Name distorted electric guitar and just like put on loop basically. So yeah, you see a lot of that. And he even said for this first single, which we'll get into, which was the Long Nights World mix, the B-side, he had played at South by Southwest, and like he'd been doing it on tour. So so Long Nights World mix was another remix of Long Nights from his Firebird album.
It was more like a re-release because it was remixed because the rapper Sunita was rapping in Farsi instead of in English for the re-release.
And he had a previous one on his Samurai Sessions that was
Volume 2, yeah. It was like at the end or something.
Yeah, so this is with the rapper that was on the original on Firebird, where she was rapping in English, but she's an Afghan refugee, and so she was singing in Farsi. And they actually made a music video for this one and put it out. Deep. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. MIYAVI does a lot of refugee work, or like work with volunteer work with refugees.
UNHCR. He's a UNHCR ambassador. It's not just like volunteering. He goes to UNHCR like seminars and speaks.
Yeah, they used his track The Others in like a lot of their material.
That track was about refugees.
Yeah, so
he plays guitar for the kids quite often. He's held a few free shows at the UN office.
He actually teaches them music too.
Yeah,
that's what I was impressed by. I found a video. I think UNHCR like put up a video of MIYAVI doing a performance that was basically like a recital with the refugee kids, and they were like singing what he taught them to sing, and some were playing a couple instruments while he played guitar. It was really sweet. Like, this guy's a good guy, man. Like,
many good karma points goes to him.
Yeah, for sure. But the big thing about on that single, I would still say the bigger thing is the other track, the B-side, which they did eventually put out. He did eventually put out a music video for. It's called In Crowd, and oh man, that's a great song.
In Crowd is like my favorite song.
Yeah, it's my favorite MIYAVI song in a long time. It's featuring Sean Bowe. I would say it's it's a fist pumping kind of, it's set in almost like a hard style sound. Like it's underground EDM sound. So.
It's a rioting party sound.
Yeah, it's and it's the vocals are provided by Sean Bowe, and then I believe he did the mixing and stuff like that. But this is the best he's done in my opinion so far in terms of making his guitar accurately sub in for like bass drops and you know, electronic music and stuff. He did it so well in this one. It was so smooth. It was like the right kind of beat. The attitude was perfect. Like the, you know, it's like the main hook in the chorus is, I still don't fuck with the in crowd. I still don't fuck with the in crowd. So everyone listening was like, yes, 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 please.
It's like, yes, I don't fuck with the in crowd.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna take this whole city underground. I'll be at the bottom when it goes down. I'm gonna take this whole city underground. Watch me, watch me, watch me now. Which is kind of funny because I listen to this song fairly often, and being in Miami and realizing that, and learning from the locals now that I've been here for a while, for a few months and started going out, that the nightlife has moved from the big wig rich people South Beach that is infamous usually around the nation. It's moved from that to the Art District, which was formerly a ghetto. That was just had a bunch of abandoned warehouses. It became the Art District after like a bunch of artists like spray paint artists came in and put like all this colorful graffiti everywhere, and then like that just brought in more artists, and like some people rented out the warehouses, and then they eventually just turned into studios, and you know, then like some like the tech industry, the startup people, a lot of the startups in the tech industry started going out there, and over time they gradually beautified it into like this really like, you know, it's very diverse in terms of people. It's very diverse in terms of like art and, you know, thoughts and ideas, and then the nightlife developed, and now it's gotten to the point where it has drawn the mainstream to the underground basically. So it's very it remains applicable for me, even though this came out, you know, earlier in the year. So great vibes from that. We want to talk about the PV for it. It actually came out only fairly recently.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's called. It's with Leah Kim, who is I believe she's a Japanese breakdancer lady.
What a way to put it.
Her YouTube channel, linked in the description, is Funky Leah Kim or Leah Kim.
Checking it out now. Oh, maybe I've seen this.
And so it's him, and
yeah, he's playing the guitar and she's just dancing.
Yeah, and so she's doing all these wild dances, and
yeah, I think I've seen this actually. Yeah, it came out back in May actually. So.
Oh, okay. So not
recently.
Not that long after the single. Yeah, so she does like a lot of like cool hip hop choreography and stuff, and so they're just kind of versing each other to a certain degree in the song. Like he's playing and pseudo dancing, and she's like doing all kinds of like crazy dance moves and stuff. So it's fun, and it's, you know, it is good because that song needed a music video to put it on the map. I think put it on a lot of people's maps because it's at 308,000 views, so not bad.
These videos get up to 300,000 views.
Yeah. So then the next single he put out was So On It.
Yeah, and the music video for that was like boxing, because he does kickboxing. And that music video, I can't remember the woman that was featured in it, but I remember that it's like just an intense video that's showing him
Marin Ryan
kickboxing. Yeah, showing him kickboxing.
She's a kickboxer.
Shooting each other. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Rocky thing, like a don't give up and train harder, and
because he does kickboxing. He just does kickboxing, so that it was interesting to know a video about that.
Yeah, because when I saw it, my first reaction was, I was like, well, did he watch the Ed Sheeran music video for Shape of You? Because that was the one I knew for boxing music videos.
No, like he's been doing kickboxing like since like since like 2013, maybe earlier than that. Like, yeah. Yeah.
So, musically, I think it's interesting, and he did a good job emulating a different kind of a dance song. It's one of the more chill vibe ones. It's not like it's not a banger like In Crowd was. I will say it was just a little too gritty on the rock side to properly work. Especially his guitar is like really high pitched, squeaky guitar. Just a little too off putting. I'm speaking as like I'm channeling my inner like EDM junkie here, of who I know many, living in this area. This wouldn't quite be up those people's kind of alley. And then, Sean Bowe kind of singing the I feel so on.
Okay,
like,
but
it was
I
a little
like
too much for them. I know. I'm saying just in terms of what they were trying to do. Like, I think a lot of MIYAVI fans dug it, and maybe if I listen to it a little bit more, I'll get into it. But
I liked it the minute I heard it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. I think just because it's another workout song for my playlist.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
that's why.
So. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've long since moved MIYAVI from like my rock mood playlist to like my kind of a dance mood playlist. I have an in-between playlist that I want to release through VKH at some point.
I have a workout playlist and a running playlist and a let me try to sing this playlist.
It's tentatively titled as mine is tentatively titled as Dance Dance Until You Die. So, kind of channeling those vibes. So Gabriel on the Gallows lyric. Yeah. Like, so it's going to be songs like that are like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So on, it's kind of like that,
You do the genre-esque themed ones, and I'll do the workout themed ones.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, mine, like, one of my workout playlists has Odd Future from Uberworld on there. Just good old My Hero Academia opening.
Yeah. Kimiko says, I love the song he did with Hyde. Is that about
MIYAVI? No, yeah, All My Life. It's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Song.
That was like the best song on the album, arguably.
Yeah, that was a great song.
Yeah, that was on Samurai Sessions Volume 2 from last year.
Hyde said that he wrote the song and the lyrics and came to MIYAVI, like, because MIYAVI was like, hey, we should work together on a thing. Because he was like trying to gather the collaborations for this album. And Hyde wrote the music, gave it to MIYAVI, and he did his thing with the music. And here we are. So I guess the process is the person he collaborates writes the music that fits them best, and he just does his thing to make it work with him. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's super adaptive and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that, and then I think the next thing he put out was "Get Into My Heart," right?
After Samurai Sessions and after the singles came out.
No, I'm saying after So On It.
Oh, after So On It. There wasn't another one.
Yeah, there was. It's this one. So he put out a single. Oh, in between.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I can double check.
I thought it was a 3-single release campaign.
I thought it was 2, and I was kind of confused when, like, it was, those were the only 2 I saw.
Yeah, I remember it was supposed to be a 3-single release campaign.
Maybe this was the 3rd single, and it was
delayed.
I don't even know if it counts as delayed, because it came out in, well, yeah, it does, because So On It came out in April, and then Get It To My Heart came out at the end of July.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, well, unless they're counting Long Night's World Mix and So On It as 2 separate singles. Sorry, not So On It, In Crowd. Like, Long Night's World Mix, In Crowd, the B-side. If they're counting those as 2 separate singles.
2 separate songs, but they're on the same single track.
I know, but if he's counting it as 2 separate singles.
That doesn't make sense. Because they called it.
Well, I don't know how else we get to 3.
They called it an EP, so I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. So see, he can just hide wherever for the EP thing.
He's just like, they're all EPs. If it's got more than one song, it's an EP.
Anyway, so he did a single at the end of July called "Get Into My Heart," and it was him. It was MIYAVI versus Shishido Kafka, who is a J-pop singer, I'm supposing, because it was it's what it sounded like, and
Beautiful.
and it was also done as the ending song for an anime called, oh boy, here we go, Sukumogami Kashimasu.
Oh god, let me do this.
AKA We Rent Sukumogami.
I'm
yeah.
gonna read it.
Go ahead, get it right.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
Sukumogami kashimasu.
I didn't have a prayer at saying it like that.
It's cool. Just learn the phonetics. I still gotta work on my phonetics. Fuck.
Delta says, I feel like I want to do an internet speed test and post it for people to see, because no matter what I say, I feel the words do not do this injustice. Actually, if you want, Delta, it might actually help me out as I continue to tweak these streams. If you go to speedtest.net and do a quick speed test and take a screenshot and send it to me, I have like a researched list of like how I'm supposed to output stuff based on like if I was connected to that kind of an internet. So maybe I can find like, something for like if you were viewing a video with that kind of an internet. But I gotta see like how many kibibits there are. How many kilobytes per second? Kibibits. Kibibits.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Kilobytes per second. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a nice single. I thought that was a pretty good job of like making a kind of like a J-poppy dance track, and it was his guitar work in Get Into My Heart is a little repetitive, but like the thing that was repeating was like very intricate at the same time, and he also went off on his own, did a little bit of instrumentation here and there.
Well, he did. Nice. No, wait, we just skipped all of the covers he did. That's what we skipped. All of the covers he did while on tour.
What? Well, we talked about those.
No, we didn't talk about his cover of This Is America.
I literally brought it up earlier on the stream. Just as like a side thing.
No. There's This Is America. There was another one. Shit. You did one he recently did one. Like he just recently did one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about them. They're just like little jam sessions that are throwaway that he puts up on his.
It's like clearly done behind the scenes of whatever venue he's at, because it's done that day, and then management puts it up.
He did the Humble remix by Skrillex. Was like one of the first ones he did.
It's throwaway, but it's content that he made that like can help get him noticed on the internet.
3 days ago, he covered "God Is a Woman" by Ariana Grande with Jules Aurora.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's actually really good.
Really good. It's predicated on if "God Is a Woman" is good, and I haven't heard that. And
I've heard it too many times because it's my brother's favorite song. So. Like he's like 13 now, and he's a huge Ariana Grande fan, and always has been. So I hear Ariana Grande like when I'm home all the time. So that's just a really good cover. That's all I can say. I can constitute that's a really good cover.
Okay, he played over "One Kiss" by Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa.
Yeah. He's been doing a lot.
Yeah.
These covers are just a lot. Just ads.
Yeah. So those were just little like 50 to 60 second covers, except for the "God Is a Woman" looks like a full studio session.
Yeah,
cover.
It's a studio session.
Yeah. So I think we got all of his releases. God, like a lot, just so much.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting from? I guess we could go into what we're expecting from him. Playing at AWA this week. Like do we think he's gonna go in like with the big light display and the the shock and awe pop star style, that he's kind of had for this venue? Do we think he's going to focus a little bit more on like the funkier guitar work stuff? Like, is this going to be like, I don't know. What do we think?
I think he's gonna come in doing what he did, not doing exactly what he did on the tour before, but like he's gonna have the people who backed him up at the show, so it's gonna be a very similar setup to that, because the tour just ended not too long ago. And
okay,
yeah,
I didn't know he was gonna have the people there or not. So
no, yeah, he's gonna have the people there. So, and having seen like images and stuff from Irving Plaza, I think like what he did at Irving Plaza, it's going to be a similar atmosphere to that. But he's like, hopefully he goes in there like thinking, okay, I'm going to make some new fans. Like goes in there not thinking that everyone there is already a fan,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great timing because he did just, put out an anime opening single, so he's
it's great timing because Bleach, the live action movie, is now on Netflix. That's
also Bleach. Oh, that's what we didn't talk about. He played it. He starred in Bleach.
Yes, that. No, he was also in another anime live action movie this year that was not as big as the Bleach one, because our Bleach article went fucking viral when we put that up. But there was another one, and I forgot what it was
Thanks,
called.
Guys. That's when I discovered like just the insane, engagement of fans
anime and J-rock.
Of fans in Central and South America in terms of anime and J-rock and Visual K. Like those people blew that up, and other people
everywhere.
too. But my God, Chile like ate that up, man. I think we got like half the Chilean population reading that article. So I was like, oh my God, like I was literally like putting comments on Facebook as VKH, like shout out to you guys, man. Like you guys are like, and then translating them into Spanish. So, but yeah, so, and that's now on Netflix, and we might have a thing for that coming up soon, maybe. We might have something planned for that. You might want to make sure you have a Netflix account for MIYAVI. MIYAVI in Bleach movie. And I know I said he's starring in Bleach, but he's playing Byakuya. But as far as I'm concerned, Byakuya is the star. He's the star of Byakuya is the star of Bleach.
He's like the bad boy that everyone is like, the beautiful bad boy that everyone's looking at, and then MIYAVI's playing him, and everyone freaked out about that.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to well, just even from reading the manga back in the day, I just remember Byakuya. I was like, no, this is the real star of the manga, of the anime. It's like how Itachi is really, like, they should have renamed Naruto Shippuden as Itachi Shippuden and made Itachi the main character, because he's the real main character. Like
he's the real like drama causer.
Yeah, so.
And all the conspiracies. But I'm trying to look up the name of the other anime that MIYAVI did a live action for, because he played the villain in that anime live action. Gangoose. It was Gangoose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, these anime things he's doing are probably what will bring most people to the concerts, besides his diehards that are coming mostly to see him. Yeah, I agree.
It's brilliant, honestly. Yeah. Especially for the Bleach live action.
Yeah.
God, now I gotta watch Gangoose for science.
It's probably gonna bring a lot of people for Bleach. Like,
I gotta watch them both for science.
Yeah. Kimiko loves Itachi. There's a reason we get along so well, Kimiko. Like, she's one of the good ones. She gets it. Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It'll be interesting to see how many people are showing up to his autograph session to get his autograph because of his music versus like his autograph as Byakuya.
An anime live action actor, like or like versus his, not even like this, but versus his autograph as a Hollywood actor.
Yeah, or that, because he started
He was in
Unbroken. He was in
Unbroken,
Kong
and he was
Skull
in
Island.
Kong Skull Island, yeah.
Oh God,
And he
man,
was in another movie, Stray. He was in Stray. So,
so funny.
and
I
he
mean,
kind of
it's
leaked some
not. It's just
information.
funny, like how much he gets around, and it's not like, oh, I did a indie movie. It's no, I started an Angelina Jolie movie. It's like,
It's like, hey,
wow.
how'd you get to America? Oh yeah, I worked with Angelina Jolie this one time in 2014, and we're like best friends. And now I just kind of float around Hollywood doing my thing. But
Yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, I also walked Paris Fashion Walk this one time. That was pretty dope.
yeah, and then there's that, and then I helped out at the UNHCR
No,
refugees.
I'm also well, he's pretty hardcore on him being a UNHCR ambassador. Like he talks really seriously about that. But
He's done
imagine
anti-nuclear. He's done shows for anti-nuclear weapons organization.
he's
meetings,
like
like
tweeting
world
with
peace stuff.
Global Citizen Festival right now, and that's awesome because I got on that app and you have to win your tickets. The Global Citizen Festival is like this totally different thing where you can't buy tickets, you have to earn your tickets, and you earn your tickets by like spreading awareness on stuff on Twitter and Facebook and making calls to like ambassadors and representatives about certain issues. And then when you gather enough points from spreading awareness, you enter a drawing to win a batch of tickets potentially. And if you don't win, then you just keep doing the thing. You just keep entering the drawings.
Yep.
It spreads so much awareness. So cool.
Yeah, it's a wild ride if you like to follow MIYAVI.
He's been following MIYAVI for the last 10 years. It's been a real fucking wild ride.
It's like following 5 different celebrities from 5 different industries.
I literally showed somebody a picture of MIYAVI from MIYAVI with a kanji and then like MIYAVI all caps now, and they're like he's like 3 different people, like MIYAVI with makeup, MIYAVI without makeup, and then MIYAVI now.
Yeah. Crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Delta brought up. It says I once watched Ore-sama. I think he's come all the way from that, man. The Ore-sama movie, the movie about himself that he made as an indie guy from way back in the day. You remember that?
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah. I saw it.
So
it's
long
on his
ago.
IMDb as his actual acting debut. It's like in 2009 he played as himself in Ore-sama, and then it talks about like a jump from that to acting in Angelina Jolie's movie. So it's just like
small
really weird
upgrade.
jump.
Small upgrade.
Yeah. Real, just like a good 6 years later.
Yeah.
So happened.
Yeah. Well, I think we got everything for MIYAVI, unless we're.
Yeah.
So you guys are all pre-gamed and ready to go. You guys missed anything?
You guys ready to go out there and cosplay Byakuya Kikuchi, and then Jeff introduces them as MIYAVI?
Yeah. I need someone to show up as MIYAVI, like cosplaying as MIYAVI.
No. Show up. No. Cosplay MIYAVI, cosplaying Byakuya Kikuchi.
Or that.
There you go. Just cosplay.
Yeah, because at least that's like. Yeah, because if you cosplay like MIYAVI, you have to cut your hair really short, and I don't know how many people are
willing to do that.
There's a lot of females, I think, that watch this stream.
Well, you could also wear a short wig.
I don't want you guys to commit to that extent.
No, you could also wear a short wig. That's.
Oh, I don't know. That would have to be like a skull cap with a little bit of hair on the top of it to really pull
the dedicated cosplayers are down for it.
That's great. I want to make this call for them and make sure they're not down for it.
Oh God.
Save it for something more significant. But if you come cosplay as MIYAVI, I'll come interview you on stream for a troll stream.
As if you're MIYAVI.
Yeah.
Just come cosplaying as the different musical guests, and Jeff will interview you for troll streams.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks guys for coming out. If you're watching this in the future, thank you very much. If you like this video, give it a like. If you think anybody else who's prepping for AWA could use a little bit of pregame material,
a little inspiration.
Yeah, send it to them so they have something to listen to while they pack. We are VKH Press. This is our YouTube channel. You can subscribe and get some notifications from us as we go live, when we go live, whenever that's going to be at AWA this week. We're going to have all kinds of special exclusive streams. You're going to want to check that out. Another way to keep up with what's going on is at our website, vkh-press.com. And we also are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description. If you want to hang out and hang out with us and hang out with other fans and just really connect and get into like a lot of different artists and fans of artists that are either J-Rock or Visual K, you can check out our Discord, which is what is on the screen. The purple box on the screen under the MIYAVI pictures is coming from there. That link to our Discord is in the chat as well. We have fun on there. We've kind of kept it on the down low, but we're kind of at a point where we want to we've played around with it enough. Gonna shill it a little bit more, and also there's a Patreon there too. Just throwing that out there too. There's links in the description. You can check it out. We're ready to push the Discord vocally and outright, but there's a Patreon there too. Yeah. Yeah. But also, most importantly, I would say follow us on one of these things. Either I would say Discord or Twitter, so that you can get like a notification, right when we go live. In case we have to go. I have a hunch we may have to go pretty guerrilla about these streams. Like guerrilla as in like guerrilla GUER, like guerrilla tactics. Yeah, we're gonna be like. I'm going to be tucking and rolling into a corner and finding a light and,
we're going to hit a landmine somewhere and it's all
firing up a hotspot and shooting it up into the internet like it's a flare and like a distress signal.
And throw it at you.
Yeah, like extra tin cans on like a giant satchel as I'm just pulling them out and just attaching them to string, throwing them up as high as I can, looping them around something to catch on the ceiling of the convention, get a signal somehow, and interviewing some special guests hopefully, or recording some special magic, or
everything's gonna be special magic.
Just checking in with you guys and giving you an update on how things went, if nothing else, So, all right, thank you very much for joining us, Winona.
Last thing,
appreciate you filling in the blanks.
One last thing. If you see me or Jeff at Anime Week in Atlanta, don't be shy. Just say hi and tell us what your username is so we can recognize. It'd be super cool to meet you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't mind me if I look dead. I'm gonna look dead because it's con. Don't mind it.
She's still approachable. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm still nice. I'm not gonna. I just always look dead. I always look like I'm gonna kill somebody, but I don't do it.
No, she doesn't actually kill people.
Yeah,
it's an important clarification to make. So
Jeff can attest. He's met me twice. We've met up twice. He's lived to see another day.
J-Rock and Poppin' Girl says in chat, I went to see MIYAVI earlier this year, and at one point he mentioned the upcoming Bleach movie, and literally the whole crowd started screaming, Byakuya ni sama, and MIYAVI blushed so bad.
Of course.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll go ahead and sign off with that. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Winona. Thank you, viewer of the recording in the future.
Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, computer.
Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, headphones.
Apple.
Thank you, Apple.
Thank you, OBS streaming software. You've been a bitch and a half to kind of figure out and stuff, but I guess thank you for making this possible. Anyway, bye.
Bye.